Welcome to aminacademy.com. In IB Diploma Mathematics, let us discuss about vectors and scalars. Scalars and vectors are known two kinds of quantities that are used in physics and maths. Scalars are a quantity that only have magnitude or size, while vectors have both magnitude and directions. Explore some examples of scalars and vectors, including distance, displacement, speed, and velocity. Look at here. Here scalars are, speed is a scalar. That means suppose a car going in clear road with speed of 60 kilometer per hour. It means the speed is a scalar quantity because it is irrespective of the directions. That means we are not considering about the direction. It may go north, east, west, south, anywhere else. It's called a scalar. Suppose you consider a mass of an apple. Mass is a scalar. That means it have no directions. Only it's a flesh. That means what? It is only quantity of flesh. It won't have its own direction. Volume, time, these are the scalar quantity. Vector, suppose velocity. Velocity is a vector. The same car travels in a road with speed of 60 or 70 km per hour with northern direction. That means particularly we are saying it's a northern direction, so it have velocity. Suppose it's come back, it is southern direction, so it's also having velocity. Now next one, weight. Here we consider an apple. The mass is a scalar quantity. If you consider a weight, it's a vector quantity. That means its gravity is multiplied with mass. It gives weight, so it's called vector quantity. Friction is also a vector because suppose if you move an object in a rough floor, that friction have its own direction, as well as its weight have its downward direction, as well as forward direction, reverse direction we can consider. That means the friction is a vector quantity. Now consider here, this is x direction, so this y direction. We consider a quantity we consider from this y direction, that is northern direction, it have 60 degree from origin and start this direction. Suppose it has unit of 1, 2, 3, 4. Suppose it's a 40 kilometer per hour. Here, this quantity 4. Suppose here the speed, consider speed is 40 kilometer per hour, but it move with particular direction, that is from northern direction 60 degrees. Therefore, it is a vector quantity. Vector quantity, that means velocity. Velocity with 40 kilometer per hour at 0, 60 degrees. Now, this is a vector quantity. Suppose we are not considering particular direction, it may move anywhere. It is a scalar quantity, but here it's a vector quantity. That means we can define a quantity which have only magnitude are called scalars. Quantity which have both magnitude and directions are called vectors. For examples for vector quantities are acceleration, force, some vector quantities. Acceleration, force, displacement, momentum, weight. These are some vector quantities. Next one, position vector. Here, consider the vector have starting point O and end point A. Then position vector of this quantity vector is OA with arrow marks. Or we can say this in terms of A with thick letters, and also you can say vector A. So mostly we are using in this videos this with arrow mark. Next, this is the position vector. The position vector of this A is OA. Now magnitude. Magnitude or length. Length of this vector can be represented by OA, absolute of value of OA, or magnitude of OA, or which is equal, we can say by this. This is a magnitude. This vector OA emanates from starting from O and terminate with B. That means AB vector OA can be explained as is the position vector of B. AB is the position vector of A, position vector of A relative to O. That means, look at here, vector OA is the position vector of A, the second letter, with respect to or relative to the initial point, starting point O. Now, some wordings problem will do this one. Here, a vector a quantity of vector with directions. We'll do some examples. speed of a car into northern direction. This is a speed is a scalar, but it has the direction that is it's in northern direction. How to represent this in vector array? Look at here. This is the northern direction. So we can start with O, then B. Suppose it has 30 kilometer per hour. Even meter per second also you can say. This is the vector representation of this information, that is speed of a car into northern direction. Then the same way, suppose this have like it is O, this is C. Suppose let it be, this is a magnitude of 40 meter per second in direction eastern direction. So this also a vector quantity. This is a vector quantity towards northern direction, that is speed of a car in northern direction, and here speed of some quantity with eastern direction. So we can represent vector in both magnitude and directions. So far we discussed about what is scalar and vector and what is its magnitude and how to represent in a figure in terms of position vectors. We have done. Please subscribe our YouTube channel.